Are we live?
I think we're live.
Hello everybody and welcome to yet another live. Now we have put in our title that we have got something to show you guys that is 3 years in the making. However, we are making also hand pies today and we have a lot to get through. So I'm going to start that real quick. And I have one meat pie filling. You can see it's quite thick, it's not runny, so but it's also still juicy. Anyway, we'll start off the meat pie, and if anyone's cooking with me, the ingredients are listed in the description box. So
if you breathe the wrong way, the entire cupboard's going to fall apart.
So I'm just going to throw the meat pie filling into a pot and get that going, and then we'll read all your comments. So, who's here?
Take a breath. All right. Excuse me, like I'm going to do something really official. We have got Auntie Chris. Chef says he's gone fishing, but if he makes it back, can you make him a fillet of fish? Mama S.
Hello, Mom.
The lovely Danielle Graves. Judy Duran. Marianne. Annabella Hayes. Super Ron, Michelle Lakowski, Lily is here, and she says that Chef said he's fishing, but he's really been captured, and he's sitting with her husband in the freezer. Deborah Bremer, Debbie, Kelly Bow is back from her travels. Welcome back, Kelly.
Thank God.
So glad to have you back.
I missed you.
Kerry Whitbread is here. Carb Conscious Carolyn. Ella is here. Susan is here. Patty Dixon. Vic Goddard. Anna Partridge in a pear tree.
It's lovely to see you, Vic.
Hello everyone.
Hello everyone. And who was the last one?
Partridge in a pear tree.
Oh, so that was just a joke.
That was just me. That's not an actual username. It could be.
Right. Okay, I've heated my 1 teaspoon of oil. I'm just going to soften these onions.
Kelly says it's lovely to be missed, Mel.
Yes.
Aww.
Yes. Anywho, so while my onions are getting soft, I'm just going to prepare the pastry or, dough, whatever. So here is... in this bowl is the carnivore. Are you all right?
Yes.
In this bowl is the carnivore pie crust that I linked in the description box. I've got my powdered cheese or finely grated cheese in here, the xanthan gum and the gelatin, and then I might as well get a glove.
Ooh, like a glove.
Like a glove.
Ethel Pierzynski has arrived, and so has Ravi.
Oh, hello, Ravi. Right. And, okay, I'll mix that first. 2 egg whites. And like I find, like I've used this pie crust for such a long time because it's only 4 ingredients and it's so easy to mix up. I think people find that when they use the wrong cheese, like a cheese with a lot of moisture like mozzarella, this recipe won't work with a soft cheese. It needs to be something like pecorino or parmesan. Parmesan is milder than pecorino. Pecorino has a strong cheese taste. So just if you want to make this your go-to pie crust, or if you're doing carnivore, this is a great option for you. So,
Shirley Millar has arrived.
hello Shirley.
Good morning. Danielle says, anyone else hear that distinctive voice in the back of their head when Mel put the glove on? Just try to relax. I'm assuming it's like a doctor. Kelly says she doesn't have today's ingredients ready to cook, but will be attempting your cinnamon rolls alongside some non-keto ones for the family. Well, wish me luck.
Very nice.
Good luck, Kelly. And Ron said he made gumbo keto jambalaya this week, and it was the best.
Nice.
And Susan says gumbo keto jambalaya, don't usually mix those. It sounds like an interesting mix.
Gumbo. Oh yeah, it'll be delicious.
I thought gumbo and jambalaya were two completely different things. Am I wrong?
Well, they're both from,
New Orleans.
yes, they're both authentic to Southern America, because I believe there are other states, was it Louisiana that also,
New Orleans is in Louisiana.
oh, right. So around there.
Way down in the deep south.
And what did that took me about 5 minutes to make. Pretty good recipe. Now, I thought it would be pretty interesting to try this with CK flour, as most of you are interested in, recipes with the CK flour. So we'll put that aside for now.
Lily's asking, is this not a CK pie crust?
Here we go, Lily.
Aha! That was a beautiful segue.
180 grams, 90 grams of CK almond. That's what I like to do the blend, right? 90 grams of CK almond flour with 90 grams of CK chicken flour, 1 teaspoon of xanthan gum. This recipe is not anywhere, by the way, so do pay attention. 2 teaspoons of xanthan gum. Now, if you don't like using xanthan gum to gelatin ratio, gelatin is much more gentle than xanthan gum. So to 1 teaspoon, you would need to 1 teaspoon of xanthan gum, you need 3 teaspoons of gelatin powder. So if you want to just use gelatin, you probably need 6 teaspoons or 3 tablespoons to compensate for that xanthan gum, plus the 1 teaspoon of gelatin that's already in the recipe. All right. I should probably change gloves.
Okay, Mama S says she just took a loaf of bread out of the oven. It's beautiful. We'll put it on the chat group.
Oh. I wonder which recipe did Mom S use?
I don't know. Mama S, please fill us in. Ella says she doesn't even know these dishes, the gumbo and jambalaya.
Oh, right. Oh, you gotta try it.
Oh,
it's delicious.
Susan says gumbo and jambalaya are separate dishes. They're Cajun dishes.
Cajun.
Miss Cajun Dagos. Becky has arrived.
Hello, Becky.
And says, hi y'all, it's beginning to feel like autumn in Texas. What have I missed? Well, Becky, we are making pies up in here.
Yes. So last week, we were talking about hand pies. And the other name for a hand pie is a Cornish pasty. This looks like it's going to be way too dry. We'll just try it out. We'll see what happens.
Kerry says she's got a loaf of bread using CK flour proofing in the oven.
Oh, beautiful.
Not doing as well as the first loaf, but time will tell. Oh, Mrs. Louise Brobach has arrived.
Oh, hello, Louise.
He says, oops, my YouTube didn't send the alert. Good morning. Good morning. Or good night, or good evening. What is it here? Good night.
It's good morning.
It is good morning, actually, technically. Becky says, what's Mel making today? Yes, pie. Yeah.
Pie. Okay, so I am going to do 1/3 of a cup of water in here. Oops. 1/3 cup. Let's see.
Alice says they're not common dishes here in Germany. And Mama S, it was the one using Vital Wheat gluten that was posted in the group last week, has yeast in it and actually doubled in size. Ooh.
Vital Wheat gluten, I mean.
I'm looking forward to seeing the pics though.
Yeah, Vital Wheat gluten is... I tried... it was Kerry Whitbread who said to me she was looking for a bread recipe using Vital Wheat gluten. So it got me experimenting a little bit. And I did like the results. It was very nice. Now mine was, mine was a CK adapted version of Deirdre's bread. Now, do you guys know who Deirdre is? She is actually very famous here on YouTube. She introduced the world, I believe, to oat fiber and Vital Wheat gluten, combining the two and into the keto diet. And gosh, so many people copied her recipe. Well, not copied it, but showcased it to their audience. And so I thought, I've used her recipes, her bread recipe many times. Let me try and do it. And it really did turn out good. I was happy with the result. But it's not to say that, you have to use Deirdre's recipe. I think that you should try a bread recipe with Vital Wheat gluten, replacing the coconut and almond flours if that's in the recipe. So, yes.
Kerry says, yes, blame me. And Becky says, I like yellow on top, Mel. Is Chris wearing yellow to coordinate?
No, you can't.
Look, my bib is yellow, just so I don't make a mess when I'm drinking from my sippy cup.
Thank you so much, Becky. Oh, you know what? That came out really... Total surprise, guys. Total surprise. For me, anyway. I have not tried this recipe using CK flour before. And that's why I say, like every time I try a recipe, swapping out the almond flour for CK flour, it has always worked for me. So, very happy with that.
Ella says, excuse me, Ella says, good question, Becky, about am I wearing yellow? Becky says, I stay off Vital Wheat gluten. It's inflammatory for me and my joints hurt.
Yes, and if you need to be gluten-free, you cannot use Vital Wheat gluten. It is gluten extracted from wheat. So pure gluten, you probably will have a bad reaction and get sick. So, anyhow, let's stop playing with the food. We are playing with our food.
Which is something that Danny says a lot. And
Yeah.
she has a question here saying, how much egg white in the CK flour crust?
2 egg whites.
20.
And I've put the links in the description box to the recipe. There's also, like, if you want to use liquid egg whites or full whole eggs, you don't want to waste your yolks, just go according to the grams in the description box, the ingredients. Be sweet. That works too.
Okay, because Mama S has just asked if you can repeat the ingredients for the CK crust you just made.
180 grams of CK almond flour, CK almond or chicken or combined, whichever you prefer. 1 teaspoon of xanthan gum, 2 teaspoons of gelatin It's the other way around. 1 teaspoon of gelatin and 2 teaspoons of xanthan gum. Sorry about that. And your only liquids is 2 egg whites or equivalent of the egg. You know what I mean?
I love how you looked at me for confirmation, like I've got any clue.
No, I know. So I'm just going to look after my filling here. Pour in my ingredients. So the spices are going in.
Mama S said she used CK almond flour to make it in place of the almond and coconut in the recipe.
Oh, beautiful.
Look like. Judy says she found Deirdre's bread this week and she's going to try it.
Lovely. Yes.
Danny says, Miss Mel, you said you just created the CK recipe, so that's why I was asking.
Yes, yes. Thank you for asking.
Oh, Kathy Roberts says,
Hello, Kathy.
Hello, I'm late, but here. Hey, Kathy. Nice to have you along. Becky says, I made Mel's tiramisu with CK flour last week and it was great. Thank you, Mel.
Oh, you're welcome.
And Danny's asking, didn't you add a 1/3 cup of water to the CK crust?
I did. Okay, so your water is going to go by feeling. I added 1/3 cup to a blend of almond and chicken CK flour. So if you're using all almond, like you see, I added the water last, right? I needed 1/3 cup. You probably need to go a tablespoon at a time, maybe 3 tablespoons for the almond flour, maybe a little bit less. But if you're doing all chicken, most likely you will need more than a 1/3 cup. Okay, this meat is nice and flavored now.
Lily says, excuse me. Lily says, I have found that the lupin flour CK blend and the chicken flour blend for some reason doesn't work well.
But Lily, aren't you using lupin? That's where we're at. I'll put it back on the stove and I'm going to add a little bit of water just so that can cook down.
Mama S said, Lily, it probably needs extra water. And Lily says, it isn't the water, it's the taste.
Okay, that's interesting because I actually enjoy the CK almond and chicken flour blend.
Lily says she's experimenting with the lupin blend. Which is great because I feel like there's a lot of people that would want to know if that works or not.
We have had quite a few questions on the lupin. At some point, I'm going to need to work out how much water you need for lupin versus almond or chicken.
Mama S says, yes, lupin can have a bitter taste. Oh, hello, Paula Oyadele is here.
Hello, Paula. How are you? Nice to see you.
She says, Deirdre's bread was my go-to, but the flax was not my favorite. I don't sugarcoat's version of lupin flour instead of flax was so good.
I love Samaya from I Don't Sugarcoat. She has great recipes. If you love using lupin flour, you gotta subscribe to her channel. I don't think she's very active lately, but she has, I mean, you know, she's got a good library, yeah.
Lily says the noodles with the lupin blend is delicious.
Nice. Okay, could I just have this spray bottle? I need to clean this area.
One moment, Paula.
All right. Oh, yes.
There's the bottle.
Thank you so much.
And our dog is upside down. what you're going to do with that information, but it's there nonetheless.
I have no idea.
So Chef hasn't made it yet, and neither has Mr. Marzi Mars, but we'll give him an honourable mention.
Yes, honourable mention.
Hope he's on the mend. And Mrs. H is not here yet either.
I was thinking about that, and if you watch this late, Mrs. H, we are thinking of you and praying for your recovery. Sorry.
Lily says, I'm assuming she's talking about Marzi and Chef and not Mrs. H, but she said they're in the freezer.
Oh. I just broke my thing. No, I didn't. It just came off. So I think we'll...
Just plug it in now.
It's just the one I showed you last week. It's going to be in my way.
Ah, okay.
So I will heat it up.
Judy says, thank you for that tip, Paula. I'll make the substitution when I make the bread. I'm not crazy about flax anyway.
Okay.
Yeah, flax has got a bit of a weird taste, I think a lot of people find. Mary Ann says, Chef went fishing. Yes, but he said he might make it back, so we'll see. Paula says, hey Judy, anything to help? And Ella is having a good chuckle at Lily.
Oh. Okay.
Kerry says, Lily's freezer is our version of Game of Thrones moon door. I loved it.
Okay.
Foxfield Farmer has arrived. Hi, late to the party today. Well, welcome along.
Hello.
I'm glad you made it.
Oh, wrong thing.
Are you having issues?
No, I'm fine.
Well, imagine if I did that. Oh, it's smelling good.
Good meat pie, I think.
We need smell-o-vision.
Yes. Okay, so, I mean, I like to roll my pastry out, but you don't have to roll your pastry out. You can just use your hands to press the dough into whatever casing you're using. And I was thinking that we should make a hand pie without the machine, because not everybody has the machine, and you don't want if you don't have space for another gadget, or you don't always make hand pies, you know, it doesn't really make sense to get the machine. So we'll do a couple by hand as well. Anyway, I'm going
Lily says, excuse me, Lily says she used to make muffin tin pies because in the olden days we didn't have fancy electric pie pans.
Yes. Just there's the stove. You can see it's come together really nicely. And it is cracky and crumbly at first, but you'll see when we roll it out, it just sort of, you know, gels together.
Karen Humble has arrived.
Hello, Karen. How are you?
We haven't seen Karen for a while.
I need to take my things off.
Hi, I'm late and have missed several lives. Been taking my grandchildren shopping and was on vacation. Can't wait to try all your new recipes.
Nice. That's awesome.
And welcome back, Karen. Judy says that dough looks good.
Thank you. We'll have a look at the CK almond flour just before I roll it out as well. So. Move that away.
You look like you've caught my clumsy-itis.
No, really. I'm trying to pack in as much as I can into the show for today because I feel like, you know, to give you many options, I think is probably a good idea.
Well, Becky agrees. She says, thank you for the consideration, Mel. I don't have many electric cooking gadgets available in my kitchen.
Right, yes. So it's a good idea to do the hand ones. Okay, you can see here, there's minimal cracks. Minimal cracks. And the thing is, you know that like when cheese melts, it all melts together. That's the beauty of this particular carnivore pie crust. So, I'll get a small pot lid. I always do this, small pot lid, and measure that way. Let's bring this. Okay. Now you can see that it's not like thin. It's just got a little. It's less than a quarter of an inch, I would say. But it's enough for a pie. Oh, smelling good in here.
Smelling awesome in here.
Right.
Oh, hello. Mr. Marzi Mars has arrived.
Oh, he's arrived. Hello, Mr. Marzi Mars.
And he's dropped a big super thanks.
Thank you so much.
Now, Marzi says, I have to take a breath because Marzi comes full song. So he says, boombastic. The smell of Mel's pie has filled my place with mmm-ness. Heard somebody thought I was still in the freezer, but managed to get out for this pie. I did place a request for it last week. Got a return before she's back.
Nice.
So Lily says, yikes, Marzi has escaped the freezer. Ella says, hello, Marzi. I think he comes late just to make an entrance.
Oh, yes. You know.
Sorry to throw you under the bus there, brother.
I believe that Mr. Marzi Mars is a little bit famous.
He says, come on, ladies and gents, get those thumbs up, please. Oh, sure. Mama S says, glad you got out, Marzi.
So, in the recipe, in this filling here, I used a half a cup of heavy cream. You can use if you're doing complete carnivore, you can use a broth or stock if you don't want to use any of these. But you do need some kind of sauce. You don't want a dry meat pie. Okay, so this is just red tomato cooking sauce, half a cup. Give it a stir. And by the way, my filling got this thick because I used 3 teaspoons of CK flour to thicken the sauce. So I was really happy to show you that it works. Oh, we should put some cheese in here.
I like how that was a statement and not a question, because the answer is always yes. Karen says she's been concerned about oxalate overload in her diet, so she'll be replacing the almond flour with coconut flour or other suitable replacements. And Mama S says be sure to use less of the coconut flour than the almond flour.
Less of the coconut. The question then is which one is appropriate, like an oxalate-free alternative?
Lily says, or you could put mushrooms or onions in the pie.
Most definitely.
And Foxfield Farmer says pecan flour.
Pecan flour, wow.
So you could use pecan flour. I have heard though, and I'm not sure how accurate this is, but I've heard that it's quite expensive for one, but it's not always in plentiful supply, so you might struggle to find it.
But you can make your own pecan flour.
Yeah, you can.
You can. If you've got a good grinder or a good blending machine, you can make your own. I mean, it's like with the macadamia bread. I just posted a short video of it recently, and a lot of people love the look of it. And yes, it tastes as good as it looks, but macadamia butter is all by itself. But if you make your own, yes, the nuts are a little more pricey than other nuts, but you get a big bag and you get quite a bit, I think, good value for your money.
Foxfield says Amazon has it.
Amazon
So it must be back in stock.
Nice.
Marzi says, lots of people have been saying hi, and we love our Marzi. Marzi says he loves you all too, just after Mel and brother Christo, even though he just threw me under the bus. Look, that's how you know we are good mates.
Yes.
I got to start out strong, throw you under the bus, and then anything after that is a bonus. Becky says she's making these for tomorrow gathering. I bring food that I can eat. Thank you, Mel.
Nice. Oh, you're welcome, Becky.
Paula says homemade pecan flour is so tasty for making a crust for cheesecakes.
Oh, good.
Isn't that what's on the bottom of that strawberry thing? You know, the cheese?
Yeah, yes. The very famous strawberry pretzel dessert. And we have one hand pie ready to go in the oven. There you go, people. Now this shape is a classic Cornish pasty shape, and I wanted to do it so for those who are watching from the UK and the southern part of the world, they would call this a Cornish pasty. So it's like completely possible to do it with any keto pie crust that you want to do. It's so simple. Anyway.
Does it have an actual hand in it?
May I please have... Actually, no, I will use something else.
What do you need?
I need a baking tray, which would be...
Either there or in the cupboard of death.
Do you want to get it for me?
What size, shape?
I just need something to fit 2 hand pies on. I wonder if we could do a different shape. So we'll put this pie dough aside for now, because let's work with the CK. The CK.
Oh, I hope the camera can't see this because they are all the way at the back. Oh my god.
I love it.
Can you use one of these? I'm so sorry for the noise, everyone. Can you use one of these?
Yes. Are you alright?
It's a matter of opinion.
There you go. Alright.
I may or may not have had an accident with a cheese grater.
I'm just going to quickly roll out this CK pie dough.
We either need a bigger cupboard or we need to have a purge.
It is crazy. I think if I wasn't doing YouTube, I would need half the space that I have.
I don't think that's necessarily true.
Really?
You cannot blame all of your hoarding tendencies on YouTube.
I disagree with that profusely. Okay.
Oh, there you go.
Actually, no. I'll cut mine out first. You go.
Okay, stop me when you need to, otherwise I'll go all night. Marzi says, too right, Christo. Boxfield Farmer says, yum. Lily says, pair that with a salad and you have a lovely lunch or a light dinner.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Danny says, I'm on a 34-hour restart tomorrow. My beef pot pie did not turn out photo friendly. Hopefully my hand pies will.
Nice.
Paula says, Chris startled me seeing him crawling on the floor.
He was creeping.
Jojo Johnson is here.
Oh,
He says, hi
that's
everyone.
awesome. Hello, Jojo.
Hello Jojo. Marzi says, pasties here at least are normally with potatoes, peas and whatever else. Are they not? Or has that changed?
They are peas, sometimes carrots, some kind of small or finely diced vegetables, yes. But because we do keto, you're not allowed peas. You can put a little bit, maybe a tablespoon of diced carrot in per hand pie. That's okay. Like I've only used a 1/3 cup of diced onion. I find with the non-green vegetables, they're a little bit higher than the green vegetables. So like use things like spring onion. You can put a bit of spinach if you want a little bit of vegetables in there. Yeah, so I mean, even zucchini, you could do zucchini. And look, it's not tearing, guys. Look at this. Look, this is better than the million view pie dough that I just did. It's solid and flexible. I mean. Okay, let's get over ourselves. Stop playing with the food.
You so need that slogan.
Yes.
I play with my food. Auntie Chris says, thank you, thing.
Thing, yes.
Kieran says, I see Chris doing his best thing imitation. Danny is asking, what would be the temperature and time on an air fryer hand pie?
So the oven is set to 350. You can go with 350 as well. Just make sure to keep an eye on your pie because I'm going to do the same when I bake mine. And here's the other thing. I mean, I find that some people they won't check their baking. They'll just follow the recipe and run into problems. Like if they have a different oven or they'll say, oh, I don't like the taste. I've always, I check my baking 10 minutes before the recipe says that, if it says bake for an hour, I will check it at the 50-minute mark and even halfway to see how it's going. That's the way I believe to ensure success when you're baking. So this is how I filled my hand pie, and I'm just going to fold it over. Oh, what a so beautiful! There's not a crack in sight.
I was just gonna say, there's no cracking.
I'm gonna show them after I dock it, after I do my little seal.
Mama S says, Mel, you are a hoarder too. Yay. Mom, we need to have a chat. Please do not encourage this. I am on a 14-year mission.
Now, I don't know if you guys have seen my pantry video. There is nothing in there that I don't need. I mean, I completely disagree.
What a shocker.
Here you go. Can we do a close-up? Tell me how to go close.
Come closer, Clarice.
Oh,
Okay. You know,
maybe I'll move the paper.
a little bit closer. Perfect. God, it looks gorgeous.
It's gorgeous. And I'm going to do an egg wash. No, maybe brush with butter, I think. Yeah. Okay.
Carb conscious Carolyn says, in the south we fill that with apple pie filling and fry them in a cast iron skillet.
Oh, yes, definitely. Okay. Do you know how you guys were asking me to do an apple pie filling and a pear pie filling? Well, I've run into some problems. So I wanted to give you the best vegetable that tastes closest to that forbidden fruit that, as possible. And apparently chayote is a good option for apple, but jicama is a good option for pear. Now, you guys will be able to tell me if that's correct, but we don't get jicama here at all. I have Googled Marzi and Kerry. If you guys know of a place where I can get jicama, that'd be awesome, because then it means that I can play around with the flavor and match the other ingredients to that vegetable so that you can get a great pie filling result. So, yeah.
Okay, Lily says, now Miss Mel, you have to put that crust in the description.
Yes.
And Foxfield is asking what crust is this one. So
this is a brand spanking new one. So I had no guarantee that this was going to work. I just replaced the flour component of this carnivore pie crust, and it worked brilliantly. Now, for a lot of recipes, the CK flour is a one-to-one replacement. However, it doesn't work with every single recipe. That's my experience. How do you feel? I don't feel like it works with every single recipe. However, if we find a chocolate cake, for example, we need to share it, because if we say, this is the CK flour chocolate cake, you want a chocolate cake, this is the recipe to use, don't use all the others because this one works. And that's what we've been doing in the chat group. So, sorry, I digress. I'm going to just brush this with melted butter. Now, I don't need to do this with my other pastry because it's a cheese pastry, right? So there's just no need. But for this one, we do. Oh my goodness, guys. Oh.
I'm pre-bagsing that one.
Beautiful.
When it comes out.
Just.
Danny says, never stop playing with your food.
Never stop playing with your food.
Marzi says he totally gets the whole potato thing because you called it a pasty.
Yes.
Oh, but because you called it a pasty, it threw me off. So can we please stick to meat pie? And he's got a smiley. Judy says, Marzi, picky.
Yes.
Cheryl says it looks beautiful.
But I mean, keto food is not like regular food. So this would be a keto pasty. And here is the difference. I hope it doesn't fall down.
Let's pop that down and it's...
Try again.
That's fine. That's good.
Okay, and it's going into the oven. My oven temperature is sitting at 350 Fahrenheit or 176 Celsius.
Do you need me to time this?
Yes.
How long?
We don't know, but start off at 10 minutes. Okay, we are doing so good in terms of keeping up to the schedule.
Okay. Now, Kieran says, Mel, I have the same problem. I have moved to the office closet to store my overflow of gadgets. Now, you see, it's like an epidemic. I'm sure there are help groups for this kind of thing.
Well, the thing is that we get all these things to make life convenient, and if you can find something that's going to shorten the time you spend on doing something, then I mean, why not?
Paula says, my husband, who is Nigerian, favorite snack is meat pies. Thanksgiving must have for him. Well, actually, any time is the right time for him.
And you know what? If you want to do meat pies for Christmas, the key ingredients is you need to put sage to give it a stuffing or stuffing flavor, and unsweetened dried cranberries. It's amazing. If I put that in my meat pie now, the house would be smelling of Christmas, and I would get that taste as well. So just remember that if ever you want to do something like make mini pies for an entree, or just something small, it's very good. Right, so now we need to, does anybody want me to try it in the machine, or should I just keep going with the hand pies, because I don't know. Let me know.
Paula Sloat has arrived and says hello from Florida. Hello again, Paula. Marzi says he's replying to Judy, but he says if it's a pasty, it's a pasty. But if it's a meat pie, especially down under, then it's almost religious.
Yes.
Very true. Becky says jicama is usually sold at Asian grocery stores.
Jicama.
Well, it's spelled with a J.
Jicama.
But they're spelled with a J.
So if someone was Spanish and the name...
Oh, is it Spanish, is it?
Hang on. And someone's name was Jesus, what would you call them?
Jesus.
So you wouldn't say Jesus?
Well, if the name was Jesus, I would say Jesus.
It's not...
Is jicama, or sorry, is jicama, is it Spanish?
Jicama.
Is it Spanish?
This guy. I mean...
Any minute now, Stacey's going to show up and flame me. Okay, I'm sorry. Jicama. That thing is usually sold at Asian grocery stores.
Okay, thank you.
Kerry says, because Kerry's here, is called yam in Australia.
Yes,
I'm sure I've seen them in Asian greengrocers. Okay, so we just have to go to Asian store maybe.
I did see that. Did you see that? It's not even sticking to my baking paper. Like, so does that mean then that I can roll this? Let's just try it. Can I just roll this out on my bench top without any implications?
I told you.
What did you tell me?
Stacey Gabler, grandbaby spent the night, almost missed the show.
Oh, that's so nice.
Hi Stacey, thank you for making my week. And she's got swearing emojis, which my day is complete. Judy says here in New Mexico you can get jicama. You can get it at any grocery store. Susan says that the H thing takes forever to get soft.
Right.
Alice says same here in Germany. Lily says, does anyone know if rhubarb is keto? My mother made the best rhubarb pie.
Rhubarb is low carb. So if you want to use rhubarb, you can. However, just do the macros. I haven't used rhubarb in a long time. However, some other keto recipe creators have used it. I think I last saw Carolyn from All Day I Dream About Food using it. And I think as long as you keep the amounts, pretty low, like don't go crazy with your filling. Look at this, it's just coming off my counter. Anyway.
Foxy Farmer says yes on the rhubarb.
Yes.
Marzi says that pie looks the bomb, Melstar.
Okay, so it's sticking now. So I'm not gonna just get a thing.
You jinxed it.
I jinxed it. I just wanted to see.
Kieran says, Chris, my husband, laughs at me every time I go into a kitchen supply store. He knows I will come out with some kind of gadget. I feel his pain. I start sweating profusely, even if we drive past
Oh, you do
a
not.
kitchen supply store. I just hope that Mel hasn't seen it.
I have to, like, even when we're in the grocery store, I will, like, linger by the kitchen.
Hey, tell them what happened today.
No, you tell them what happened.
Yeah.
I'll work.
Hey, let's go and get the passata. So I wander off into the passata aisle.
Passata's red cooking sauce.
I'm standing there for at least 5 minutes, and I go back to find you because you ducked off into where? The kitchen aisle.
I seem to have an obsession with different whisks. So I love all kinds of shapes of whisks, and I've collected quite a few. So I always look at them.
Carb Conscious Carolyn says I have more gadgets than food in my cabinets.
Wow.
That's probably like us. Danny says to Susan, my mother had a thing for butternut squash soup. I hate how long it took to soften the butternut. 30 minutes in an Instapot and it's blender ready.
Nice tip.
Yeah, good tip. Mama S says show the machine too.
Okay, yes. Thank you. Again, look, I'm just 2 fingers. I'll hold it at the end. It's not falling apart. Very impressive. Okay.
Okay, so Marianne has, Marzi says, yes, rhubarb, should be careful, it's low in carbs and sugar. Marianne's put it into Carb Manager. It says
nice.
6 carbs per cup of cooked rhubarb has a lower glycemic load of 1.7. My cousin who is diabetic uses it at holidays. That's an awesome tip. Thanks, Marianne.
That is very useful.
That's
Thank
great
you,
information.
Marianne. So you don't have to roll this out. You can just fill yours. I was very clever because I heated my machine up first and now it's hot, so I can't do it.
Yes, and Mama S said show the machine. Jojo Johnson says please try the machine. Mel, I found a mini pie make on eBay, offered a few bucks less than they wanted, and I'm excited. Can't wait for it to come.
Nice.
Lily says she's diabetic as well, and thank you all. She asked the original question about rhubarb. Oh, Marzi says that should have said is keto, not careful. Damn speech to text. Danny says I built a 6-foot by 8-foot pantry on the end of my kitchen, and I'm still using most of my spare room to store extra kitchen gadgets and my collection of DeWalt tools. Lol lol.
Wow. That is some serious.
Yeah. So there's you.
Mom.
There's Mom.
Yes.
There's Danny. There's Carb Conscious Carolyn. And who was that one? There was another one as well. Kieran. I think we should start a group. Although clearly none of you see any problem with this.
No, we don't. Definitely. I'm just going to turn this around so it's easier for me.
Judy says, thank you for this, Judy. That Mel is pronouncing jicama correctly. Jicama.
Oh, he can say it right.
It takes a while, but eventually I learn things. Karen says jalapeno. Now, see, I got that one right because that's definitely Spanish.
Oh, because you were saying, oh, it's said with the J. Didn't you say that? Oh, it says, so you would say jalapeno.
No, I say jalapeno because I know that is Spanish. I don't know that jicama.
Stop rolling. So I lost it. Jalapenos. So that was 10 minutes.
That was 10 minutes.
No? Can you go another 5?
Another 5. Done. Danny says, I think we all need an office tool room storeroom. No, Danny, stop it. Because that's going to be next on my DIY list.
Office what?
An office tool room storeroom. So, like a room where you can store all of your kitchen gadgets. Daddy stores tools in there.
I think there's a lot of value in that. The other thing is why I resent having a refrigerator and freezers. I know, I'm so strange. But the question is, why are they not building cold rooms into homes these days? You know, cold room as in a room that freezes everything, you know?
Lily has one of those.
Lily has a freezer.
We don't know what it is. It must be a fairly decent sized freezer for all the bodies that are either in it or going into it. So now you want an entire room as a freezer. So now we're building our dream house. We're going to have a room for kitchen gadgets and an entire room for keeping stuff cold.
Yes. An entire room so that you don't have an upright freezer or a freezer in the garage and then the little freezer that is attached to your refrigerator in the kitchen. And
you said all of that with a straight face.
no, I'm being dead serious. Honestly, I'm being dead serious.
Help. Please send help. Becky says, Chris is so funny, hikama.
There you go. Did she spell it with an H?
Yes.
Good.
Thank you, Becky.
Chris needs those, you know, things simplified down.
I'm not as thick as you dumb I am. Susan says, my husband and I love strawberry rhubarb pie. Oh, she's talking to Lily.
Yes.
And says, it's so expensive here in Texas. Do you have a recipe for it? Thinking maybe Thanksgiving or Christmas. I didn't realize rhubarb was keto friendly.
It is. You've just never asked me for rhubarb anything.
No, because I didn't think it was, but I love it. It's one of my all-time favorites. Vic Goddard says, Mel is right, it's pronounced jicama.
This is so funny.
Thank you so much, Vic. Stacy says at Danielle, we are having butternut cup. God, why did I have to mess up Stacy's comment? Stacy says at Danielle, we are having a butternut cup squash with chicken and garlic tonight. I make it like a spaghetti sauce, so yummy.
Nice.
Oh, Lily, you terrorist. Lily says, I just throw my husband's clothes in the driveway to store my gadgets.
That is awesome.
Oh, that's brilliant. Shirley says she'd love to see the machine used, please.
Yes.
Danny says machine, please.
Okay, so I've done one. Oh, can you please check that I am in shot? I've done one.
Yep. Looking good.
Looking good. And now I'm going to apply my filling. And this should be at least enough for 4. And you know what? You can make these in advance and freeze them. Just defrost naturally. Such a good solution if you don't want to cook, or you know, because we all have those days.
Becky says there are links to 3 of your recipes
Yes, there are links to 3 pie crusts
in the description box.
in the description box.
Okay.
Yes.
Auntie Chris says, oh my god, I've never seen a flying pastry before.
A flying pastry.
When you held it up to the camera and it went flying towards me.
Oh.
Yeah. Lily says, I think someone asked for my mom's rhubarb pie. I will have to look it up again, as I only make it once a year as a treat. Oh.
I'm going to go another 5 minutes.
Okay, another 5.
Another 5. All right.
Stacy says, I was just saying out loud, look at that crust. Looks like real dough. And I couldn't miss picking on Chris. Grandson Quinton wants to know why you two sound so weird.
Because we are weird. We are weird people.
We come from kangaroo land and we stand on our heads.
Okay. So I have put my filling in and just a little sprinkle of mozzarella cheese on top. Can we just check that I've...
Yep, that's good.
And now you saw what I was doing while he was blethering on. I just measured this to the pie, and I'm going to press that down. Actually, no, I don't need to press it down. And I'm going to keep going. I want to do one with, because I know some of you do like to do carnivore. So I do want to do one of these. Oh, you're right.
Yeah, do you want me to blether on some more?
Blether on some more.
All right. Kerry says maybe the husband should start a support group. I'm in for that. Taking applications immediately after this. Foxfield says a cold room is a fantastic idea. Lily says, oh, a cold room, thanks for the idea.
You can fit more bodies in a freezer.
Kelly says, in my past life I worked in 2 kitchen stores, so I have everything. Our kitchen, stuffed the walk-in pantry and cabinets.
Wow.
Our kitchen stuffs the walk-in pantry and cabinets. Stacy says, LOL Kerry, my hubby be first to sign up. He's a little wary of my experiments. Danny says, anytime a new couple starts their new home, I hook up their kitchen with just about everything they need.
Nice.
And I still don't make a dent in my collection of kitchen gadgets. Kerry says, I'm not seeing a problem with that house design. I kiboshed a house build because they reduced the size of my kitchen.
Yes. I think it's a travesty. Like a kitchen is part of the hub of a home. So I feel like it's not unreasonable for it to be like properly decked out. Things like a cold room, things like a walk-in pantry, and not just, and here's the other thing, is why do we have to wash dishes and clean up in the kitchen? I want to go back to the old days of having a thing called a scullery, which is, it's like a butler's pantry, but they used to wash clothes in there. They used to do all the dirty or choresy kind of work in there. So for me, I think I want to, live in a house like that.
Now, you see what you started, Kerry? So when I get the bill for all of these rooms, I'm going to send it to you.
That's my topper, by the way. And is this cool enough to press in? Yes, I think it is.
Foxfield says, I have 2 refrigerators and 2 freezers. I need that cold room.
So we have, you guys can see my refrigerator. Half refrigeration and half freezer. We have an upright freezer that you might have seen. Would that have shown in the pantry thing? I think it has. We've got an upright freezer, and then we've got our old refrigerator sitting in the garage, which is also a refrigerator on top and a freezer at the bottom. And like, you know, you have to go there, and there, you know, to get everything. I just think it just doesn't make sense to me. But anyway, it is what it is.
Eddie says she has 2 extra large upright freezers in her house and a dual French door stainless steel huge refrigerator with a bottom slide out freezer. Alright, that's another 5 minutes.
I think most cooks. Oh my goodness.
Ooh. Oh, the smell.
It's so good. So good. I don't know what was I saying?
We're talking about freezers. Foxfield asks, is the new crust carnivore?
The new crust, so I took a carnivore pie crust and I made it with CK flour. So CK flour is only partially carnivore, given that bamboo fiber is a plant-based product. So it's carnivore-ish. CK flour is carnivore-ish. And somebody said to me, how can you say it's carnivore friendly? Well, the benefits of bamboo fiber are such that it actually supports a carnivore diet. If you've got your hair falling out, if you know, you're lacking in silica, bamboo fiber is going to assist you with that on your carnivore journey. So, I mean, not everybody's open to it, but if you find that you're doing carnivore and you just want some solutions, you know, with a flour, then I think it's a great solution. Just get a knife.
Danny says her freezers are so full of meat that she has wrapped ratchet straps around them to hold the doors closed.
Oh yes, because Danny gets lots of meat from, I think was it a neighbor you were saying, Danny?
Well, her next suggestion is to buy a retired refrigerated trailer used with a tractor trailer. So you know the ones they transport stuff across the country in?
Yes.
Yeah, have that hooked up outside your house. Alice says, since I've started keto, I've spent so much money for kitchen tools, gadgets. I have to stop buying new gadgets.
Yes. I think we all suffer from the same kind of fate.
Oh, she's going to turn an old reefer trailer into a very large walk-in freezer. That's Danny. Mama S says, be sure to add the recipe for the CK crust in the description.
I will do.
Becky says, which one did you use, Mel? I missed the important points.
Which what did I use?
I'm assuming which pie crusts?
Oh, okay. I used the carnivore pie crust. I think that's what I've listed it as there.
That's in the description?
Yeah. Okay. Only 4 ingredients. And really good. I like the easy recipes because, you know, it means that you're going to be able to make something quickly and you can switch it up if you want. So.
Oh, hello. Janice Carey is here.
Hello. Oh, Janice, you made
She
it.
says, hi everyone, I find him at a
I will do a happy dance for you.
Welcome, Janice.
So, that's the carnivore pie crust dough there with the tomato sauce meat pie, and then that is the it's the same recipe just with CK almond flour, right? So anyway, let's put our topper on. And I'm going to close it.
Now, Stacy says Walmart plus groceries just arrived, and she's got some swearing emojis, true to form. Have a happy week, my loves. And Chris Quinton said he said my name right. One episode, he's got you figured out already. Oh, now I've got the whole family on me. I better take some elocution lessons. Kerry says the salesman. Oh, sorry. Stacy, have a good week. Thank you. We'll see you next week. Kerry says the salesman trying to sell me the build said I'd love it as soon as I see the new taps. Rolls eyes. And she's adding a cool room to the Lotto dream list.
Yes. If ever, I mean, I know I'll still be on YouTube if one day I ever buy a house. But just, I'm sure some of you at least will still be friends with me. I'm hoping. But I will do a house tour if ever that happens, and then, you know, we can discuss, and then, yeah, hopefully you would get some ideas. But I'm not down for, you know, all these bits and pieces that just don't make no sense sometimes.
Well, Lily's got the right idea. She says Chris has to go and get another job to afford the house you want, Mel. Yep, either that or just sell a kidney or two. I'm sure I don't need both. Shirley Millar asks, how thick do you roll out the pie crust?
It's definitely thinner than... I'll 1 second get my measuring tape.
Karen says we have 2 refrigerators and 1 upright freezer and they are packed full. See, it's a systemic problem.
About 1/4 of an inch, actually. About 1 centimeter thick.
1/4 of an inch.
Yeah.
Kelly says Mel's gleefully excited expression gets me every time.
I know, I feel so bad sometimes because, you know, I'm supposed to be on this diet that, you know, and if you think about a diet, you think of deprivation, right? You think of, things that I cannot have on a diet. And then, like, I have not lost my love of food ever, because I just think that if I am wishing for something, I need to be able to try and, you know, cheat the system and and reinvent a dish that, you know, I'm missing. So anyway.
Judy says the ham pies look delicious.
Thank you.
Vic Goddard says they look perfect for workday lunches.
Oh, absolutely, Vic.
Marzi says, hallelujah to Mel's pies. I love myself a good pie. Thanks, Melstar. He's pretty determined that they're pies, not pasties. Kelly says, looks amazing. My mini cinnamon rolls are in the oven.
Nice.
Madeline Carroll says, I need a hand pie maker now.
And you know what's going to be interesting? On the one pie that went in the pie machine, that I brushed the CK almond flour one, the CK flour one with butter, the one that went in the oven, right? But I didn't do that with the machine one. So it's going to be interesting to see if it dries out. And then you'll know, okay, must do butter or it's a maybe.
Karen's been Googling.
What you Googling, Karen?
She says, Garden Answers has a cold room root cellar. I love that idea. I feel like this is going down a very, very dangerous and expensive rabbit hole. Lily.
Oh.
They're good?
Oh. I mean.
Oh, Lily asked a question, but then she also said she has to go. So goodbye and God bless to all.
What was Lily's question?
I'm still confused. What exactly did you replace in the carnivore crust to the CK crust?
Just the flour. The carnivore crust uses finely grated cheese. All I did was replace that cheese with CK flour. That's all I did. And I'm just going to clear the deck because we have now reached the second kind of subject of the show. So I'm actually shell shocked, and we have to share this with you.
Oven.
Oh.
Which you don't need anymore. Right, well, I'll catch up while you're cleaning up. Becky said don't forget to dock the pie now.
Dock the pie.
Yeah, did you dock it?
I don't need to. With my machine in particular, I don't need to dock it. It does it all for me. It seals the topper to the actual pie casing, and yeah, it's fine.
Okay, so Lily said that she is going, so bye Lily.
Bye Lily, have a good week.
Danny says yes, she gets a whole cow and pigs from my neighbour.
Nice.
Shirley says thank you for your explanation.
Nice.
A couple more. Becky says during the commercial she took her meat out from the freezer. Auntie Chris says it's a live it, not a diet. That's very cool.
That is very cool.
Kerry says, Mel, it's because of cooks like you the rest of us don't miss out on foods.
Nice. Thank you.
And Danny is explaining the recipe. CK crust 2 egg whites, CK flour 180 grams, 2 tablespoons xanthan gum, 1 tablespoon gelatin, 1/3 cup water. Janice Carey says, I am single and I have 2 refrigerators with freezers and they are both full. Those pies look wonderful.
Yeah. It's some people would think that the amount of storage we need is excessive, but when you look at it, it's really and truly not. And then if you live with people in your family and not alone, you've got this person with special dietary requirements, me with special dietary requirements, and it just, yeah. Anyway, let us. This is your Cook with Mel 100K subscriber plaque. We have not opened it yet, still completely sealed, and for somebody with no patience, that took a lot to keep this sealed so we can show you guys. So let's open it.
So this is the parcel that took 3 years to arrive because our YouTube journey has been 3 years.
Yes.
I'm so excited to see this.
I hope they've spelled our name right, or the name right. Nothing else in there. So that's what it looks like. Oh, letter. We got a letter, guys. I should take the plastic off, then show. Oh my. It's so beautiful. Am I showing the whole thing?
I tilt it a little bit.
Like this?
Yep. That's perfect. Congratulations.
Who would have ever thought? My goodness.
That is awesome.
I'll just set this aside for now.
Can you see? That is absolutely awesome.
I think these pies are ready. So,
Wow.
this is the letter. Do you remember your first subscriber? Your 100, your 1,000 subscriber? Chances are you do, and we know that you'll definitely remember your 100,000 subscriber. Your fans may have found you while searching YouTube, learned about you through a friend, or maybe you showed up as a recommended video. No matter how they came to your channel, your audience stayed and their numbers increased because of you and the community you've built. We're proud to honor your impressive milestone of reaching 100,000 subscribers with the Silver Creator Award. Congratulations! We know that you have many more stories to share with your community, and we know your fans can't wait for you to amaze them even more with your commitment and creativity. So keep creating, keep building. We can't wait to see what you'll do next, and we're here to support you along the way. And who knows, when you reach your millionth subscriber, we may just write to you and ask, do you remember your 100,000 subscriber? From Neil Mohan, the CEO of YouTube. Fantastic. Wow. Okay.
That is so awesome. We need to display it.
We will.
Yeah.
We'll just need to do the pies. Okay.
Maybe. Will you lean up against the bunny in the back?
Probably.
Yeah. My one job.
Oh, that's smelling so good.
My one job for today.
Smelling so
We
good.
can't hide it away.
I mean.
That smells so awesome. While it's cooling though, I just want to say that there is a lot of love hearts and big hands.
Oh.
Marzi's in there, Becky's in there, Auntie Chris, Kelly,
Oh.
Vic Goddard,
Thank you so much.
Danny, Kieran, Janice Carey.
Oh,
But I wanted to read this one out because Judy's there, Patty Shanks, Kerry, Charlotte Ferris,
Charlotte.
Susan,
I didn't know Charlotte's here.
Foxfield, Ella, Paula. They're all saying congratulations and dropping lots of love hearts. But this is the one that I wanted to read out. Is from Mama S. That made me cry seeing that plaque. So happy for you. That is just awesome. And Janice has just dropped a whole bunch of love hearts. So thanks. Thanks everyone.
I feel so embarrassed when I cry on
Don't.
camera. I did it last week with Mrs. Henderson, and Mom H has made me tear up.
Don't you feel embarrassed. You deserve this. There's all of these people
No, but the whole...
are here because of you and because of
But
what
you know,
do.
I need to keep it together and not like...
It's okay not to be a robot.
Yes.
It is okay.
I guess.
But congratulations.
Thank you so much.
What an awesome job.
Okay. That's the CK flour Cornish pasty. And then this one is the carnivore one. You can see that this one's a little bit more flakier. It's, yeah, definitely more flakier. This one is more sturdy. It's a sturdy dough. So you're going to get no cracks or anything like that. I just don't want to bite.
I tell you
I
what,
wanna eat
if
it.
somebody handed you either one of those two, you would not turn it away. They
Yeah.
both look gorgeous.
Thank you.
Oh, the smell.
I don't want to wait anymore. Can I just tip it? I wonder if it's going to explode. I'll risk it, okay?
What's the worst that can happen?
It
Are you
can
going to
fall.
tip them upside down?
Yeah.
Yeesh.
No?
Hang on, let me get my safety glasses.
Ta-da! Oh, they did split a little bit. But you get to see the... Oh, that's hot. You get to see the underneath. Oh, yeah, I did split it. Okay, cool. And that is the carnivore one.
That must be hot.
Yep.
Yep. All right, so Ethel and Shirley have joined in the congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Becky says, this is great. I'm glad I'm able to make it today. Marzi says, okay, next you all need to join me in spreading the Cook with Mel love even harder and further to reach the 1 million subs milestone. Let's go.
Yes.
Charlotte says, I have to go into work early, guys. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you for joining us, Charlotte.
You've worked hard for it.
Thank you so much.
Cheryl says, sorry, Mama S. I'm losing my train of thought here. Mama S says, oh my word, I need that pie machine.
And it's like the cheapest one we could find. It's sort of like a, how can I say, Walmart or Kmart. What's like Kmart over in America? It's like the cheapest pie maker you can get. But look at those results. Obviously from being not so elegant, my topper has come off. But generally my pie machine, when you seal the lid, it makes the shell and the topper stick together. So it was sticking until I broke it. Okay.
You're so impatient with this. Louise, Mrs. Louise.
Hello, Louise.
Says, beautiful award, thanks for sharing.
Thank you so
Sandy
much.
Reed.
Hello,
has joined.
Sandy.
Says,
How are you?
Good morning, Mel and Chris. Good morning,
Good
Sandy.
morning.
And she says, oh, I need to see the plaque.
Oh, yes. Well, I'm just cleaning.
Marzi has dropped another super thanks.
Thank you, Marzi. Wow.
And says, congratulations to the dynamic duo. Let's go. Much love, Mars. Thank you, brother.
Okay, let's do this plaque again. I just trying to make sure my hands are not oily.
Auntie Chris says, oh my God, the crust, the pie maker, I have chills.
Yes.
Kelly
Yes.
says, holy cinnamon rolls, not waiting for cooling and so yummy.
Thank you. See, even with those cinnamon rolls, Kelly, I left them out on my bench top overnight. They were still soft the next day. So that's it there. Gosh, we've done a lot of work to get this little piece of metal.
It's symbolic.
It's symbolic. That's right. And I think for me, it's the friends that I've made that is like the most precious to me. That's why I don't care like how terrible in like if I'm feeling ill, I don't care. I will have the live at all costs. Something really bad has to happen for me to not be in the live, or something really extenuating.
Marzi and Janice say Walmart in the States.
Yes, Walmart.
Susan says, beautiful crust, gonna make meat pies tonight.
Yes, make your meat pies.
Marzi says, well done, Kelly. I'm on my way after just polishing off Mel's pie. Might take me a minute with my new bride. Becky says, for the oven ham pie, how long did you bake it now?
So it went for 20 minutes. We first did it for 10, and then it went for 5, and then it went for another 5 at 350 Fahrenheit or 176 Celsius. But you guys saw too, I checked it at the 10-minute mark, I checked it at the 15, and then it was ready at the 20. So I would say just have a look at them, just keep an eye on them, and if they are they've got a little bit of browning on the sides, I want to show you the one that I baked in the oven. If it's got a little bit of browning on the sides there, it's ready, because your filling is cooked. You know, you're just basically cooking your dough. And I have a little surprise for Mom S. I have finally got myself a bar stool.
Which I might add, you haven't sat on for the entire life.
Because I'm going to sit now. It just reminded me that that I needed to show Mom S this. Might be a bit risky getting a plate.
Becky said she obviously made the cinnamon rolls. They did not last until the next day for us.
Oh, that's awesome.
And neither will these pies.
No, these are honestly, and I mean, you know, if you're doing all chicken flour, CK chicken flour in a meat pie, that goes. You know, it's totally. Why not? Anyway.
Just a quick stop press. Janice Carey has dropped a big super thanks.
Oh,
just want to
Janice,
say thank you, Janice.
Thank you, bless you. Thank you so much.
What a sweetheart.
And Marzi too.
Yeah, and Mom S says she's so glad you got the stool.
Thank you.
Mel's a little busy. Is it good?
I'm just sampling his. I mean, the filling is still juicy. I'll show you the filling. Let me try and get some filling for you, but it's going to be hard for you to see. You can see that filling is pretty juicy. That's really good. I'll try the baked one as if it's going to be different.
You never know.
See, for food on the go, this is so much better because that's quite thick. And I mean, you might have an accident with all the filling in here. This has got so much less, and I feel like it's much easier to have as a snack or as a meal on the go.
It's a better shape to eat, especially like if you're in a car or something.
Well, you know how messy you are, so you need these.
I have got eating in a car down to a fine art. Susan says she's got to go. Everybody have a good week. And you too, Susan. Have an awesome week. Marzi says a courteous reminder that any tip is always much appreciated. As we know, it does take so much to cover all the groundwork and problem solving they do to provide us the end results. Thank you all.
Thanks, Marzi. Thank you. Yes, it does.
Janice asks, is it worth getting the pie machine or can you just use the handmade baked one?
Now, Janice, honestly, that is something for you to consider. And here's all the variables. Are you into hand pies? Is your family into hand pies? Do you think that you're going to get a lot of use out of it? Now, when you saw me make the hand pies made without the machine, they're not difficult to make. I rolled out the dough, yes, measured with the small pot lid, and just filled a little section of it, fold over, pressed in with a fork to seal my edges, and then I baked it. Like for me, it's an equal amount of effort, really, because if you think about it, you've got to press in that dough into your pie machine, and that part was a little time consuming, the same amount as rolling out the dough. So I think it's much of a muchness, really. If you have a pie machine, use your pie maker. If you don't have one, I don't feel that you would be, there's a negative in either scenario. So, but you got to try these pies, guys. I'm feeling like, salad vibes on the side. Look at this piece of perfection.
It's like a cartoon pie.
It's like and like you can have, this is, okay, if I left out the onion, completely carnivore friendly pie. A pie on carnivore. I mean, come on.
It's so, it's crazy to think you can have that.
Do we have any more comments? Because I think we're on for very long. I don't want to keep everyone.
We are. An hour and 36 minutes. Marzi says, I think it's worth buying the pie machine. I got so much use out of mine, and not just for the meat pies. It's a mini cooker at the end of the day.
Nice advice.
And Janice says, I wonder if you could use a tortilla press to make the round for the hand pie.
Yes.
Yeah, you probably could.
Yes, you could.
And Danny says, love you all. Love you too, Danny.
Anyway, go ahead, guys, and make your pies. I haven't done the nutritional information, but it's going to be
real good.
Real good, especially if you go all chicken and say you have chicken and mushroom filling. I've got a chicken and mushroom pie filling on the channel. Just search for it, you'll find it. And yeah, pies without the carbs. Awesome. I love you guys so much. Thank you for celebrating with us, and thank you for all your support. Special thanks to all our Patreons. Most of our Patreons do actually attend our lives. So thank you so much for your support. We love that you believe in what we do, and thank you for the donations to Janice and Mozzie Boss. See you guys. Bye.
Bye, guys.